Greetings for the day. Today we will be discussing Human Health and Disease, Volume 2 of Class 12, Chapter 8. Today we will be discussing immunity and the immune system. Every day we are exposed to large number of infectious agents. However, only a few of these exposures result in disease. Have you ever thought why? This is due to the fact that body is able to defend itself from most of the foreign agents, and this overall ability of the host to fight against disease causing organisms is called immunity. The foreign agents could be a pathogen or any foreign substance which in turn could cause disease in host. The immunity is of two types: innate immunity and acquired immunity. Innate immunity means which is present from the time of birth, and this immunity is not pathogen specific. The acquired immunity, it is not present from the time of birth and is pathogen specific. Immunity is conferred based on the memory that the immune system have for that pathogen. The innate immunity is provided by different barriers, and these barriers they prevent the entry of the foreign agents in the body. There are four types of barriers which provide the innate immunity: the physical barrier, physiological barrier, cellular barrier, and cytokine barriers. So these are the four barriers of the innate immunity. First, physical barrier. Skin on our body, it is the main barrier which prevents the entry of the microorganisms in our body. Mucus coating of the epithelial lining of the respiratory, gastrointestinal and urogenital tract. It also helps in trapping the microbes from entering into our body. Second is the physiological barrier. This is provided by the body secretions. So we can say that the body secretions they act as physiological barrier and prevent microbial growth. Different example of physiological barrier are acid in the stomach, saliva in the mouth, tears in the eyes. So they provide the immunity and they are the physiological barriers. Third category is the cellular barriers. Certain cells of the body they eradicate microbes and provide immunity. These cells act by engulfing the pathogens and destroys them by secreting certain chemicals against them. Certain types of leukocytes, that is WBC of our body, like polymorphonuclear leukocytes and monocytes, and natural killer type of lymphocytes in the blood, as well as the macrophages in the tissues, they can phagocytose and destroy the microbes and they can provide the cellular barrier. The fourth type is the cytokine barriers. These are the proteins which are called the interferons. They protect the healthy cells from invasion of the pathogens, and these proteins or the interferons they are usually secreted from the virus infected cells. And these interferons they protect the non-infected cells from further viral infection. Next is the acquired immunity. Now this immunity is pathogen specific and it is characterized by the memory. When pathogens encounters body for the first time, body responds by producing initial response which is called the primary immune response, and this response is of low intensity. When the same pathogen encounter again, body produces a highly intensified secondary response. This secondary response produced in the body, it is due to the memory of the first encounter of the pathogen. This acquired immunity is of two types. First is the antibody mediated immunity or the humoral immunity, and second is the cell mediated immunity. Different kind of cell which are involved in the acquired immunity are the B lymphocytes, they produce the antibodies, and the T lymphocytes which help the B lymphocytes to produce the antibodies. First we will be studying the humoral immunity. When a pathogen invades a body or attacks the body, B lymphocytes identifies that as a foreign substance, and then they respond by producing an army of proteins which are called the antibodies. So what are antibodies? Antibodies are the proteins which fight against the pathogen to eradicate them from the body. Which cells of the body produces them? T cells. They help the B cells to produce the antibodies. Since these antibodies are found in the blood, so this immune response, it is also called the humoral immune response. So here you can see the lymphocytes producing the antibodies, and these antibodies, they attack the antigens and destroys them. As I have told you that antibodies are the protein molecules which are produced by the lymphocyte. A molecule of antibody has 4 peptide chains. Out of the 4 peptide chains, 2 are small or called the light chains and 2 are long or called the heavy chains. So it can be represented by the formula H2L2. Here you can see these are the antigen binding sites. Now different types of antibodies that are produced in our body are IgA, IgM, IgE and IgG. Second is the cell mediated immunity. This immunity is produced by the T lymphocytes. The T cells, they identify the infected cell which express antigen on its surface and release certain proteins called cytokine which disrupt the infected cells. Sometimes the human organs like heart, liver or the kidney, they are not functioning properly and they are transplanted. For transplantation, it is very important to find a suitable donor. Grafts for transplantation cannot be obtained from any animal or primate or any human being, because then it will be rejected by the acceptor or the patient sooner or later. So to avoid all such complications, tissue matching, blood group matching between the suitable donor and the patient is done. And after transplantation, patient has to take immune suppressants all his or her life. Active immunity. This active immunity, it is a slow process and it takes time to give its full effective response. Now how this active immunity is generated? It is generated in the body due to the injection of mild natured microbes during immunization, or when these infectious organisms, they enter our body during natural infection, they induce active immunity in the body. Now when the microbes enter the body, they are identified by the B and T lymphocytes as antigen or the foreign particle, and in response to that, body produces antibodies specific to that antigens. Antibody then act against that pathogen or the antigen and provide the immune response. So this immune response provided is known as the active immunity. Passive immunity. This is a quick process and it does not take time to show the immune response because in this antibodies against specific antigens or the pathogen is directly injected into the bloodstream and body develops immune response against the pathogen in the absence of the pathogen due to the antibodies. In active immunity, the antigen is injected into the body, but in the passive immunity, the antibodies are injected. Since the antibodies are directly injected, the B and the T cell responsible to produce antibodies does not involve quick immune response. I'll give you one example, colostrum. It is a yellowish fluid which is secreted by the mother during initial period of lactation. It has the IgA antibodies which provide immunity to the infants. The fetus also get some antibodies through the placenta during pregnancy. Vaccination and the immunization. Now this vaccination is based on the property of the memory of the immune system. Now what is done? Antigenic proteins of the pathogen or activated or the weakened pathogen, they are introduced into the body, which we say vaccine. The antibodies produced in the body against these antigens would neutralize the pathogenic agents during actual infection. The vaccine also generates the memory cells, that is the B and the T cell that recognize the pathogen quickly on subsequent exposure and overwhelm the invaders with a massive production of antibodies. This recombinant DNA technology, it has allowed the production of antigenic polypeptides of pathogens in bacteria or yeast. Hepatitis B vaccine is produced from the yeast. Next topic is allergy. When you have gone to a new place and suddenly you started sneezing, wheezing for no explained reason, and when you went away, your symptoms disappear. Have you ever thought why this happens? This is due to the hypersensitive of the immune system, in which exaggerated response of the immune takes place to certain antigens present in the environment. And those substances which produces or which induces allergy, they are known as the allergens. For example, mites in dust, pollens, animal danders. And in response to these allergens, our body produces the antibodies. The antibodies produced are IgE type of antibodies. These symptoms appear because of release of some chemicals like the histamine and serotonin from the mast cells. Now how we can do the diagnosis? It can be done by injecting small doses of possible allergens and reactions are observed. The treatment is the antihistamine, epinephrine and steroid drugs. They quickly reduce the symptoms of the allergy. The protected environment that we are providing to our children, it lowers the immunity and thus more and more people are now sensitive to the allergens. Autoimmunity. Now what is this? Autoimmunity, it is the failure of an organism in recognizing its own constituent parts as self, thus leading to an immune response against its own cells and tissues. It means the organism cannot distinguish between the self and the non-self. Higher vertebrates, they have evolved and developed its ability to differentiate between the pathogen molecules from the self cells. But sometimes due to genetic, or other unknown reasons, body attack the self cells, and this is known as the autoimmune disease. Example of this disease is the rheumatoid arthritis, which affects many people in our society, and it is an autoimmune disease. Now, immune system in the body. What is immune system? It is a system of biological structures and processes within an organism which protect organism against any disease and also help to identify self from non-self and remembers them. The various structures associated with the immune system are the lymphoid organs, tissue and cells, and antibodies. This immune system is unique as it recognizes foreign antigens and responds to these and remembers them also. Now, what is the function of the immune system in our body? It plays an important role in allergic reactions, autoimmune disease, and organ transplantation. Now, what are the lymphoid organs? These are the organs where the origin and maturation and proliferation of lymphocytes occur. These lymphoid organs are of two types, primary lymphoid organ and secondary lymphoid organ. Primary lymphoid organs are those organs where the origin, maturation and proliferation of lymphocytes occur, and example of these are the bone marrow or the thymus. During the maturation process, immature lymphocytes they differentiate into antigen sensitive lymphocytes, and after maturation they migrate to the secondary lymphoid organs. The secondary lymphoid organs they provide the site for the interaction of the lymphocytes with the antigen, and then lymphocytes they proliferate to become the effector cells. Now, examples of the secondary lymphoid organs are the spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, Peyer's patches of small intestine, and appendix. This diagram shows the various lymphoid organs present in our body: tonsils, thymus, lymph nodes, lymphatic vessels, spleen, Peyer's patches in small intestine, appendix, and the bone marrow. Out of these, thymus and bone marrow, they are the primary lymphoid organs and others are the secondary lymphoid organs. Next, the function of these lymphoid organs. Bone marrow. It is the main lymphoid organ where all the blood cells including the lymphocytes are produced. Thymus is a lobed organ located near the heart and beneath the breastbone. It is larger at the time of birth but keeps reducing in size with age, and by the time of puberty is attained, it reduces to a very small size. These two are the primary lymphoid organ. Spleen, it is a bean-shaped structure and contains lymphocytes and phagocytes. It acts as a filter of the blood by trapping the blood-borne microorganism. And it is also a large reservoir of erythrocytes. Lymph nodes, they are small solid structures located at different points along the lymphatic system. They trap the microorganism which enter the lymph and tissue fluids and activate the lymphocytes, causing immune response. Lymphoid tissue, it lines the major tracts like the respiratory, digestive and urogenital tract. It is also called the MALT, mucosal associated lymphoid tissue, and they constitute 50% of the lymphoid tissue in the human body. This is all about the immune system in the body. Now, assignments. What would happen to the immune system if thymus gland is removed from the body of a person? What are interferons and how do interferons check infection of new cells? Differentiate between active and passive immunity. State the function of primary and secondary lymphoid organ in humans. Thank you and happy learning.